One seed, three branches, video 2, Jesus and life beyond identity. Hey, it's me, C. Rice. Here's another way to see Jesus. In the first video, we looked at Abraham as a symbol of collective identity. Human beings become aware of themselves. Then they create families, tribes, nations, religions, and shared stories. Identity gives us belonging, but it also creates us and them. After Abraham comes Moses. Moses represents law and structure. Once a group knows who it is, it needs rules for living together. Do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor agreements, protect the community, create order. Structure is necessary, but eventually structure can become rigid. Rules that were meant to guide human beings can begin controlling them. People may become more loyal to the law than to the living person the law was supposed to serve. Then come the prophets. The prophets question structure. They challenge hypocrisy. They challenge injustice. They remind people that religious performance means nothing without honesty, mercy, and justice. They ask, have we forgotten why these laws existed? Have we mistaken obedience for awareness? Have we protected the institution while neglected the human being? The prophets begin loosening the grip of identity and structure, but then Jesus appears, and Jesus takes the movement inward. Jesus repeatedly crosses identity boundaries. He speaks with people his society considered outsiders. He touches people considered unclean. He eats with people considered sinners. He recognizes humanity where others only see labels. And when people tell him that his mother and brothers are waiting, he expands the meaning of family. He asks, in effect, who are my mother and my brothers? Then he identifies his family through a shared way of living rather than blood alone. The circle expands. Family is no longer limited to biology. Belonging is no longer limited to tribe. He teaches people to love their neighbors. Then he pushes further. Love your enemies. This is not normal identity-based thinking. Identity says love the people who belong to us, protect our own, distrust the outsider. Jesus says love beyond the boundary. That does not mean you allow people to harm you. It means you no longer need hatred to know who you are. Jesus also says something powerful in the Gospel of John. Before Abraham was, I am. Traditionally, people interpret that as a declaration about Jesus existing before Abraham. But here's another way to see it. If Abraham represents identity, then the I am exists before identity. Before your religion, before your nationality, before your family name, before your reputation, before your trauma, before the stories you learned about yourself, before Abraham was, I am. Pure existence, awareness, the presence of God before the adaptive layers of human identity are added. Jesus also says, I and the Father are one. In my understanding, the Father represents the part of God within us that can be heard when ego, fear, conditioning, and identity no longer control every thought. The Father is not an old man speaking from the sky. The Father is the pure source within, the quiet knowing beneath the adaptive layers. Jesus lives in alignment with that source. He listens, he responds. He does not appear trapped by the layers other people place upon him. He does not allow tribal expectations to completely define his actions. He is Jewish, and he is not confined by religious identity. He has a body, a history, and a name, but he is not imprisoned by them. That may be what it means to transcend identity. Not forgetting your name, not erasing your history, not pretending differences do not exist. It means identity is no longer your master. You can use identity without allowing identity to use you. You can belong to a group without believing everyone outside the group is less valuable. You can have beliefs without needing to force them upon another person. You can know who you are without requiring an enemy. Maybe Jesus represents consciousness, realizing that every human being is family. Maybe that is why he can call others his brothers and sisters. Maybe that is why he points people inward. The kingdom of God is not something you wait to enter after you die. The kingdom of God is within you. It is here. It is now. It becomes visible when the layers that separate us begin losing their control. Abraham represents collective identity. Moses structures identity. The prophets question identity. Jesus points beyond identity, and yet even this is not the end. Because seeing beyond identity is not enough. A person has to live from that realization. That brings us to the final part, being born again. Not after death. while still alive, right here, right now. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm offering you another way to see Jesus. I'm C. Rice, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.